This is a special moment. It's time to honor and celebrate some true giants of our movement, volunteers and staff who devoted their lives to the YMCA and helped make our organization what it is today. It's fitting that we recognize our National YMCA Hall of Fame inductees at General Assembly, which is our preeminent celebration of who we are as a movement and where we're going. It's fitting because we would not be where we are and we would not be going where we're going if it wasn't for these exemplary leaders. We proudly stand on their shoulders. To help me recognize them, I'd like to invite a few friends to the stage. President and CEO of the YMCA Retirement Fund and Chair of the National YMCA Hall of Fame Executive Committee, John Priest. President of Springfield College, where the Hall of Fame is located, Dr. Mary Beth Cooper. And President and CEO of the Association of YMCA Professionals, Natalie Norton. The 12 individuals we're about to induct into the Hall of Fame are role models for us all, shining examples of determination, generosity, and cause-driven leadership, who believed joining with the YMCA was the best way to make the world around them a better place. They are heroes of our movement who have fully earned the honor they're receiving today. So, let's get started.
Our first inductee is John Wanamaker, who in 1857, at the age of 19, was hired by the Philadelphia YMCA, officially becoming the first corresponding secretary in the YMCA movement. John initiated daily prayer meetings at noon. He also supervised the distribution of hundreds of New Testaments and trained more than 40 young men as Sunday school teachers. When the Civil War began in 1861, John helped other Northern YMCA leaders to form the United States Christian Commission to support the enlisted men of the Union Army and Navy. After 4 years with the Philadelphia YMCA, John decided to leave the Y for a highly successful and financially rewarding career in retail. Even with his thriving business, however, he always made time for the Y, and in 1870, John was elected president of the YMCA of Philadelphia. He continued to invest in the mission of the Y, and as a result of his business success, both nationally and internationally. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of John Wanamaker.
Counts, right? Counts, yeah. Richard C. Counts was active as a member and lay volunteer in the Muscatine YMCA in Iowa from childhood. He later went on to serve as president of Muscatine Y and then as a member of the YMCA of the USA National Board of Directors and a delegate to the World Alliance of YMCAs. He was elected chair of the YUSA board in 1970. He also served as vice chair of the World Alliance of YMCAs. In 1996, Richard and his family donated over $800,000 to the National YMCA Archives located at the University of Minnesota. The gift funded a major preservation project of the archives. The records of YMCA of the USA form the core of the archives with personal papers of over 300 YMCA leaders and more than 75,000 photos dating from the American Civil War to the present. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Richard C. Counts.
Harry Crow Buck was born in 1884 and is considered to be the father of modern physical education in India, having founded the profession of physical education in India as the Y ambassador from the International Committee of the YMCA in the United States. Harry graduated from Springfield College. Just say that one more time. He graduated from Springfield College, then known as the International YMCA College in 1917. On a mission of humanity, he and his wife Maria went to India in 1919 and organized the YMCA Physical Education College in Madeira, with the purpose of promoting the International YMCA core values by educating and empowering the young Indian leaders in the field of physical education. He served as the first coach to accompany an Indian team to the Olympic Games in 1924 in Paris. He spent his entire career in India. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Harry Crow Buck.
Adrian Lyon was born in Pluckman, New Jersey in 1869. He was a prominent in the Perth Amboy YMCA as a volunteer and was its first president. Adrian was chair of the committee that conducted the Constitutional Convention of the YMCA, resulting in the formation of the National Council of YMCAs in the United States, of which he was the first and organizing president in 1924. He was a member of the National Council representing New Jersey from 1924 to 1939. He was also the first chair of the board of the National Council of YMCAs from 1924 to 1934. In addition, he was a member of the International Board, which led the World Service Program of the YMCA. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Adrian Lyon.
Jesse Alexander graduated from George Williams College in 1958 with a desire for a career in the YMCA. He worked in large urban YMCAs in Chicago, New York, Washington, D.C., and especially focused on running programs for African American communities. He started in the YMCA as an outreach worker with youth in 1959. In 1969, he joined the National Council of YMCAs as an executive for racial minority concerns. In this position, he helped organize the National Conference of Black and Non-White Laymen and Staff, which supported the efforts to overcome racism in the YMCA. Later, he serves as the director of the National Council of YMCA's Human Rights Unit, which worked on the concerns of women in the YMCA. Much of Alexander's work in the YMCA focused on leadership to YMCAs serving minority communities. He was inducted into the National Black Achievers Hall of Fame in 1996 by the YMCA of the USA. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Jesse Alexander.
In the late 1960s, YMCA of the USA approached Dr. Lawrence A. Golding, Director of Exercise Physiology at Kent State University, to help standardize adult fitness testing so that Y staff nationwide could conduct these tests in a similar manner. Unveiled in 1971, the Wise Way to Physical Fitness program became the first national fitness testing protocol by any organization. The battery of tests not only reflected the most up-to-date scientific information, but it was also simple to administer and interpret, required a minimum of equipment, and was within the YMCA fitness director's capabilities to administer. Over the next 25 years, more than 8,000 people became certified as YMCA fitness specialists. I would bet we have some in the room today. In 1993, he received a Healthy American Award from the President's Council on Physical Fitness and Sports. Lawrence was honored in 1995 with the YMCA of the USA National Treasure Award. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Dr. Lawrence A. Golding.
As the Eastfield executive, Len Wilson developed annual multi-day CEO-CVO institutes, board assessments, member service rating processes, and continued the marketing co-op that he initiated in Philadelphia as the Management Resource Center director. Len was able to bring together the MRCs in the Eastfield, which had not been done anywhere else in the country. The Eastfield went from having the highest number of troubled YMCAs in the country to having the lowest, while leading the Jerusalem International YMCA as the general director during a very difficult time after 9/11. And during the Second Gulf War, he was able to bring the first U.S. AID grant to the Jerusalem Y. This meant the Jerusalem Y could continue services working with Palestine and Israeli teens, as well as run programs in some troubled North Israeli Arab communities. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Len Wilson.
Ron Kinnaman served 38 years as an executive with the YMCA in Dallas, Miami, Atlanta, and San Francisco, before finishing his career with the YMCA of the USA as the Assistant National Executive before retiring in 1998. Ron was the first to receive the distinguished F. William Stahl Award for publishing a 1,500-page resource, Family Focus, which contained material used to facilitate workshops around the nation on family values and enrichment programs. He was also the first to receive the distinguished Legends in Camping Award while serving on the staff of YMCA of the USA. One of Ron's most significant contributions was incorporating the 4 character development values of caring, honesty, respect, and responsibility in all YMCA programs. He was also an early proponent of programs addressing older adults, childhood obesity, and youth fitness. Please give a warm round of applause for Mrs. Sally Kinnaman, who is accepting this honor on behalf of her late husband.
As a YMCA professional from Hawaii, Robert K. Masuda devoted more than 50 years of leadership with YMCAs in areas of crisis by traveling regularly to Belfast, Northern Ireland, and working in partnership with the Belfast YMCA and the Irish YMCA. He also worked actively in support of the Jerusalem International YMCA, East Jerusalem YMCA, Gaza YMCA, Nazareth YMCA, and others. Bob also initiated activities to strengthen partnerships with the African Alliance of YMCAs. Bob played a significant role in the relationship between YMCA of the USA and YMCAs in Asia and the Pacific, Canada, Mexico, and the Soviet Union. He served as a key representative for YUSA for several decades with the National General Secretaries of both China and Japan. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Robert K. Masuda.
Peter B. Post found his passion for the Y at 18 years old, joining the staff at Camp Hazen YMCA in Chester, Connecticut while in college. After joining the Y full-time as a youth director at the Westfield YMCA in Massachusetts and additional Y career stops, he had a 23-year career in Boston. That included becoming the president and CEO in 1981. His tenure in Boston included the largest capital campaign in the history of the Boston Y at the time, as well as creating a homeless shelter for 22 families. He was instrumental as chairman of the World Urban Network Steering Committee. Peter served as the Associate National Executive and Chief Operating Officer of YMCA of the USA, where he was influential in creating the Metro 30 organization to strengthen and expand YMCA work in urban areas. He reestablished YMCA World Service Awareness and giving from local YMCAs to support global Y initiatives. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Peter B. Post.
You all are getting your exercise, getting up and down. That's very good. Jerry Prado Shaw has been the Secretary General and CEO of the Rosario YMCA in Argentina, founder and CEO of the YMCA of Costa Rica, and co-founder of the YMCA of Guatemala, director of the YUSA International Office for Latin America and the Caribbean, the director of the International Group and the Chief International Officer for YMCA of the USA. He created the binational Mexico-United States Committee that brought together key leaders to provide oversight leading to a strong and meaningful relationship through the YMCA North American Network. He led the development of the United States-Mexico Border Coalition, convening local Ys to support the development of YMCA homes for migrant youth and Ys in Tijuana and Ciudad Juarez. He also led U.S. efforts for the development and growth of YMCAs in Eastern Europe after the fall of the Soviet Union. Please give a warm round of applause for the induction of Jerry Prado Shaw.
Dr. David E. Epperson served as a volunteer for more than 50 years of the YMCA of Greater Pittsburgh's Board of Directors, including as board chair. He helped place more than 400 interns at the Pittsburgh YMCA from many from the University of Pittsburgh, where he was dean for the School of Social Work. In 1991, he joined YMCA of the USA's International Committee. He became the first African-American chairman of YUSA's National Board of Directors from January 2005 to June 2007. David was a delegate to 9 World Council meetings and served on the World Alliance Executive Committee from 1998 to 2002. He was a delegate for the YMCA at the 2010 World Council in Durban, South Africa. Please give a warm round of applause for Mrs. Cecilia Epperson, who is accepting this honor on behalf of her late husband.
Please join me in offering one more round of applause for all of our Hall of Fame inductees.